What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I will be watching a serious topic that is still happening from this channel. No, that's still happening from this moment in time, called To Catch a Predator. My apologies for messing up the first time. This used to be a thing back in the day in the 1990s, early 2000s, around there. Um, Basically, it was Chris Hansen and his crew setting up these stings to catch these predators, to arrest these creepy freaks and putting them in jail, even though they deserve to be tased. The one I'm gonna watch is To Catch a Predator, Suspicious Steve. Even though this one's a short one, it's a 5-minute one. Don't care. I'm still gonna watch it. This is by Saul. I will leave a description below of his video and the description, the link of the channel if you wanted to see this by yourself. Um, I forgot to mention when I please subscribe to Saul. Go to his channel and subscribe to him, and watch his videos if you want. But please subscribe to him. All right, that's it, and peace. So yeah, Chris Hansen catching predators, putting these creepy freaks in jail. And that's it, and then we go for another one. But in they used to do they used to do this in NBC, but they got canceled. Now they're doing this on YouTube called True Blue, but that's a different thing. So now, let's watch.
Tonight, a Dateline hidden camera investigation exposes a very real threat to your children.
Yeah?
Online sexual predators. You'll see firsthand how they
Tase them! Tase them! Tase these creepy freaks! These creepy freaks! Tase them until they're crispy.
find victims and seduce them. Perverted Justice exposes these individuals by posting their picture, phone number, and a copy of their sexual chat on.
My question is, why do they target, underage, bro? Dude, like, why? Why? Like, dude, you could have went to a bar or a club or anywhere to talk to a woman with and ask her if she wants to do it with consent. But no, you chose to do a criminal's way and then do this. I bet you right now. I bet you right now. This guy has he has kids and wives.
On its website. As a result, the men's family, neighbors, and employers are often notified by website visitors. There would be dozens of sexually graphic online chats
I could
intended for
tell.
children. Chats so disgusting we can't even begin to show you. There would also be picture exchanges and phone calls.
Ugh.
But how many of these men would be willing to make a date and then be bold enough to walk in the door? We didn't have to wait long to find out, and we caught it all on our hidden cameras. Meet 35-year-old Steve, known on the internet as SR8219. He's a married man with children.
Just come on in and sit at the counter. I gotta finish getting dressed.
He's a married man with kids, and I called it. And he's 35. Dude, get a life. You just ruined your life by doing this stupid stuff.
Now, posing as a 14-year-old invites him in. And even though there really isn't a 14-year-old in the house, this man still may be committing a crime, according to sex crimes expert Ken Lanning.
The federal law makes it pretty clear there doesn't have to be an actual child there.
And as far as Steve is concerned, there's a real 14-year-old in this house.
Just sit at the counter. I'll be right down, okay?
As for why he's here, after we read you part of his online chat, it will be pretty clear.
You on the pill?
No, you wear condoms?
If you want me to, but I'm sterile.
Okay, then you don't have to wear
Dude,
condoms.
dude. You should not be asking this to a child. You should not. Will you freak?
If you don't want to.
But before we have sex, I want you to make me.
He then
Shut up.
assaults the girl with chat about oral and anal sex and even asks a series of deeply personal questions like, when do you get your period? And another offensive question about her personal hygiene.
Ew! When do you get your period? And do you keep your private? And how do you keep your privates? You dude, dude. No. You should not be asking this to a child. You should not be asking this to a child.
Law enforcement has a name for this kind of guy, a potentially dangerous predator who goes from a chat room to a real-life meeting intent on an encounter with a child. They're called travelers.
He starts to communicate online, and then he is going to travel to where the child is, or he's going to try to get the child to travel to where he is, also they can gauge
Creepy freak traveler? Makes sense. I'm not surprised.
in actual sexual activity with the child.
But today, Steve won't have a chance for sex with a 14-year-old. Instead, he'll be meeting me. He seems to think I'm a police officer. I haven't told him yet I'm a television reporter, and at this point, he has no idea he's being videotaped.
I knew. You knew what? Exactly what was going on. Just take your hands out of your pocket.
He knew it and he still came. He knew it and he still came. Nah, dude. Nah.
No, you don't? Put them up.
Nah.
No problem. I knew what was going on. I'm not stupid.
It's pretty clear that Steve thinks he was caught up in a police sting. He says he was just coming over to check it out.
So you were
Check out what? Check out what?
suspicious in the beginning. Of course I am. I'm always suspicious. Always? Do you do this a lot? No, this is the first time I've actually...
That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie.
Did show up to see what was going on. And you expect me to believe that? Yes, I do. Do you have children?
I don't. I don't.
Yes, I do. And how would you feel if one of your children was 13 or 14 years old, that child was home alone, chatting with somebody on the internet who ultimately came over with no parent at home? How would you feel about that as a parent? I'd be pretty pissed off.
You'll hear more from Steve later. Our undercover operation has only been up and running for 2 hours, and already 2 men who chatted graphically about sex online and then made a date have come into the house looking for a young girl home alone. Watch our hidden cameras. You're about to see a lot more. But almost all the men said they weren't really here to have sex.
That's a damn lie. They like to lie, man. They like to lie.
Come in and sit at the counter.
In 2.5 days, most of these men likely broke state and federal laws by coming to this house to sexually violate a 12, 13, or 14-year-old. Some talked probably because they thought I was with law enforcement, although I never pretended to be a cop.
Well, you want to tell me why you really came over?
I really wanted to just take him to the movies. In fact,
But none had any idea our hidden cameras were going to expose them before a national audience. When we told them, most headed for the door, like Steve, the married man with children.
I'm Chris Hansen of Dateline NBC, and we're doing
This
a
man
story
ruined his life.
on grown-ups. Okay. On the internet. Go ahead. I am leaving. All right, go ahead. You know, and you don't have my permission to put me on tape either.
They don't need your permission. They don't need your permission. In this situation, they don't need your permission. They have all the right to do this. Okay, let's see. Stephen M. Redican, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Surfaced during the Beth Page New York sting in May 2004. He was battling cancer at the time and had I don't know why they put double heads. His last chemotherapy 2 months prior. Damn, that's fucked up. This was Dateline's first investigation into internet predators. There was no parallel investigation by local law forces. Therefore, he was never charged. This man was let go without a single charge. That's fucking crazy. He is still married to his wife and has been married since 1994. That's crazy. Um, so I was reading the aftermath on the wiki or the fandom of this guy. In the aftermath, he said because he wanted the information, the website of TCAP or whatever it was of Dateline, no, of Dateline, to put that down. He wanted that information not to be there, but they're not gonna remove it. And second of all, I try to read it. His writing is bad in mine. Okay, so it was a struggle to read that. He wanted the information, etc., stuff like that down, but they're not gonna do that because we want this man to be exposed from the filth he is. This and show everyone that he's a creepy freak. And then in the 2024 update, Chris, some a fan of his asks him who was his first investigation. He had to ask one of his crew members. Then he remembered it was Steven, saying that hold on, what did he say? All right, so I read. All right, I read it. And says that he was not nervous of him, of Steven pulling a gun out. This motherfucker wasn't nervous or afraid of him pulling a gun out. He could have lost his life. Chris could have lost his life in the situation. But no, no. You know what he was afraid of freezing and not knowing what to say. What the fuck? How are you not afraid of the gun? No, how are you not afraid and nervous of the gun, but of freezing and not knowing what to say? I'm a little bit confused of that. If you want to search it up yourself, search that up yourself. And also he was a carpenter. He worked as a carpenter. He was a family guy. He did use Facebook. Had to take his picture down because of the podcast from Chris Hansen, and that's it. Yeah, I'm surprised that this guy has not got arrested. That he didn't get charged. At least he was exposed, but I'm disappointed that he wasn't charged. But that's it. If you guys like the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe below, and peace, everyone.